one of the matches of all time where fish count. So let's say there's 100 people averaging 200 fish a person. Isn't that 20,000 fish caught?
A lot of live bait. If you wanted to make a live bait company, just
like millions of fish topping, and they reckon this year they're all where we're going to. Which is fantastic.
They're all going to be in your peg.
Oh, I'm hoping so. It looks great, doesn't it?
So much water in there. So much water around here.
The fence just proper blown my mind, like the amount of water that there is and the amount of fish that there is, because it's endless, isn't it?
Yeah.
This one here is another, hundreds of miles of this same sort of water.
Mental.
It looks great. We're here.
Not many matches you come on these days and see Bob Nuddy, still he?
No.
He's here, look at him!
What a great guy.
I'm going to get him to sign me cap.
Yeah. Literally one of my heroes right there.
How good's that?
It's great.
If someone had said to you, you're going to go and fish matches with Bob Nudd on as a kid, you'd be like, no.
One of my favourite matches here, Matt, was very recently, and I drew next to Bob.
How did it go?
I lost.
No! You got beat by Nuddy.
Absolutely smashed me. Beat me by 6 ounces. Couldn't believe it. I was devastated.
This is the Barnsley squat divvy up system.
It is, yeah, the squat divvy up. Do you know what he said to me after the match there? And I sum Bob up in this one moment, right? He was by the bridge and I was the next one out. And I've gone, well done, Bob, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he's gone, first thing he said to me, he's gone, oh, well, you'd have had much more off my peg. And I thought, what a guy. What an absolute great guy. It made me feel great straight away. And then I got a selfie with him, made my day. Tell you what, there's not many left, is there? No. Too good and left for me. I'm going with that one. Going with that one.
I ain't got them, they're locked.
Oh, can I put it back? Can I put it back?
What are you? 112? Yeah.
Go on, where are you going?
You snuck in before Helen.
Did I? Oh, sorry, Helen, that's very rude of me, isn't it? Sneaking before you.
21.
Oh, you should have got that one.
Oh, stop, Helen. Flipping heck.
What are you, 86?
Oh,
Next today?
I'm next today. What a great day. What a fantastic day.
There we go. You didn't expect to see me there, did you?
What a sight. What a sight. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, so today's adventure, we have come down to the, what I'm going to say, I'm going to say this could be the biggest match in the country today. How about that?
I'd put my house on it, brother.
I think it is. So it's probably about, I think there was 120 people. He reckoned he had names down for this match. It is the open match, the Old Nene March. And the reason it's so popular is, one, there is a ridiculous amount of fish. I'm saying, right, think about how many fish, not the weight, how many fish are going to be caught today in these 100 anglers.
Yeah.
It could be one of the biggest catches of fish of all time.
Numbers of
anglers. Numbers of what?
It will be.
It's going to average 150 a man, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least. Yeah. Bearing in mind that some people catch 400 fish today.
This is where, like, the end of the film cuts in, and you've had £2.11, 9 perch, and I've had 4 Tommy Rough for £3.15.
Listen, if you have 4 Tommy Rough for £3.15 today, I will be flabbergasted, because we have just gone in to do the draw, which is always great. I love. It's like basically anything from 7:30, and there's 120 people down, and me and Matt went in at like 7:50, and there was about 6 tickets left.
Yeah, and it's meant to be an 8 o'clock draw.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just a roving draw to get people through, which is great. But because the Winter League final, the Angling Trust Winter League final is on this venue in a couple of weeks' time. That's why we've made the effort. 4:15 my alarm went off this morning.
That's ridiculous.
4:15, and picked you up, and we've come down here, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a day in the life of practicing for the team, aren't we?
Yeah,
really, that's what
obviously
we're doing.
our Drennan Barnsley Blacks team. We take this kind of thing very seriously. We've won the last 3 Winter League finals.
Champs.
Got to celebrate that, but also puts a little bit of pressure on, which is why we are coming down and going to above and beyond effort to try and make it 4. That'd be the dream.
Oh, that'd be the dream, which is what we think. That's why it's worth putting the big effort in to come down. So, we've just drawn, and I'll go first. I tried to put it back. I wasn't very happy with it. I don't like anything on here that starts higher than a 6.
Right.
So I was like, oh, 86. So I've drawn a, because
It's not the greatest
no,
area.
it's not great. I've got Dave Brooks below me, teammate, on 85 above the turning bay.
Yeah.
So if he's on the peg I think he is on, which he's saying just above the turning bay, that could be okay because you get a lot of room. If not, then we really much Sir Bob
Yeah,
was
Bob
saying
Nod.
that he caught £18 in that area last week, which sounds amazing. While we're sat at the traffic light, it sounds amazing.
Yes.
But in reality, Matt,
I think you're going to need £25 plus today to come home with any money. I really do.
to come home with any framing money, 100%.
9.5 degrees as we speak. Southwesterly winds, been mild for a few days.
Yeah, little bit of rain, which means they might run it off a little bit. Yeah, it's amazing. So you're good, but Matt has drawn. I love it when one of us draws a good one because that's happened a few times now, hasn't it?
And it's good for practicing because I'm nearer the town in the middle of the match length and you're out of town on a different bit. So from a practicing point of view, we've got different areas covered.
When you say the middle of the town, you're actually, if I drop a pin for March, I think you're on the pin.
Yes.
That's how middle of the town you are.
Oh, yeah.
So Matt is on 37, which is, it's behind the swimming pool. It's a good area. It's not, what I said to Matt, it's a great area. It's a great area. There are better pegs in your area.
Yeah.
But you are in the area where all the fish are.
Am I going to get a few bites?
I'm predicting £20+ for you today. That's it, as we just drive over
Look,
here.
this is the river.
Looking great.
Look at that.
Yeah. So it's only a little river. It's only narrow, isn't it?
And literally, we are in the middle of March Town. Look at this.
It's crazy. So I'm predicting nice days fishing. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking lots of bites, roach, perch.
Any skimmers where I'm going?
There's a great chance of a few skimmers where you're going. It just depends whether the roach get in the way or not. Because what we've found in the past, haven't we, that usually as the roach thin out a bit, that's when the skimmers come into play. I'm predicting a bumper bag of roach for you today. That's what I'm predicting.
I hope so.
I'm going to go down, have a little investigate in the pegs, have a little look what's going on. And basically show you a day in the life of practicing for the Winter League final, aren't we?
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
And it's definitely going to involve the pint and some crisps afterwards, whatever happens.
100%. Back home at about midnight.
Shall I get you? Yeah. Maybe a KFC thrown in there.
Go on then.
Shall I get you a couple of nice shots of my peg so everyone can see?
I'd love to see your peg. I might even come down and have a quick look now with you because I love doing things like that.
All right. Well, have a great day, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, and you, mate.
I hope that we do well.
I'm sure we will.
And we'll catch up with you later. Say bye.
See you.
Bye.
We have done it again. Underwater footage is a game changer when you're trying to learn about fishing, and we have gone and got some incredible stuff.
The clearest footage we have ever got. Big fish feeding right in front of the camera. We're feeding, hooking fish, playing fish in front of the camera. We see exactly how those big fish react in a fishing situation.
Baits such as pellet and corn, worm and caster, and remember, there is hours of underwater footage, method feeder, float, margin for big carp, shallow fishing. It's all there on the Edge website, www.anglingedge.co.uk, and now you can join on YouTube too. If you love YouTube, join on our Edge YouTube channel and you can watch all this incredible underwater footage.
Here we go. I've come down for our little spy at Matthew's peg. Swimming pool's here. Here's Charlie, looking handsome. And we've got a little peg number, look, he's in a little den. Let's see if I can sneak in. Don't want to make too much racket. I've got his rods on my back, so. Wow. Looks amazing.
Weird, isn't it?
Looks amazing. You know, every time we get it, even though you've been here loads of times, you forget how narrow it is every single time.
Oh, it's a drain. It's a drain.
It is a drain, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's a drain, isn't it?
Lovely.
Bit of bird poo going in here, look.
Oh yeah, looks great. So, classic, but everything's a little bit tight here, so there'll be another angler literally there.
No.
Oh yeah, 100%. And of course, there's one there as well.
Oh my God.
So this is the problem with a lot of it
bird
down
cage
here.
here, aren't
Yeah, you've got, so this angler here, just literally through those trees, has got about 60 yards downstream of him. Right.
Got the pole runs in the tree.
Yeah, that'll look great, mate. But listen, it's lovely, isn't it? Look, that little, some little cottage there, lovely.
I like this though, a lot of cover on our bank.
Yeah,
Surely
a big
that's
tree
good.
overhanging your peg.
Yeah. Hey, I'm next to Debley.
Yeah, Deb lives here.
Debley.
Go on, Debley. Right, brilliant. Well, I'm going to go over to my peg.
Good luck, mate.
Nice to see yours. Yeah.
See you soon.
Right, so here we are then. Peg 86. I'm bringing you in now, the gear's set up, because, gotta be honest, it was a bit muddy and difficult to get down there. It's going to be a very interesting day for me today, because I really thought this would be good fishing today, and I still hope it will be. But I've dropped my hand in the water and it's freezing, absolutely freezing. I cannot believe how cold the water is. And it's clear as well, it's quite clear. So it's got a little bit of movement at the moment, which is going to do us a massive favour, I think. But it's going to be a very interesting day. Now, there's a big turning bay to my right, but unfortunately I'm not the angler above it. Dave Brooks, my teammate, who, I've got to be honest, when it comes to big numbers of fish, probably one of the best I've ever seen. And he is on the turning bay. Like I said, he's probably got 50 metres to the next angler, I would say. So really, that's one of the pegs that, you know, if it goes for him, he could catch a big weight, which would be great. And then I've got new recruit for Barnsley Blacks, Josh Newman, who is sort of local to this area really, and a brilliant signing for us at Barnsley. He's a fantastic angler, super committed, super prepared. I think he's got a massive future ahead of him, so he's going to be gunning to beat me, which I love. And there's my little setup. So the plan of attack today, I've set up quite a few rigs. I'll go through those in a minute. Got that boat across there, obviously looks fantastic. I think there could be some fish across there. It's about 4 foot deep down the middle. So down the middle, which is like top kitten 3. Might set up a close line, I don't know yet. And then hopefully some bigger fish to that boat later on, depending on the conditions, depending on the flow, depending on all sorts of factors. But I've set up a variety of rigs. You can see there on my bait tray, I've got pinkies, squats. I'll have a look at the bait in a minute. More ground baits in that bucket. I've got some hemp there as well. They're sort of the main approaches for today. And I would say target, I'm looking for probably around about £15. That's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully it's better than that, but it could be £8 or £9. You know, I'd be disappointed if it was less than that, but I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it to be like that. You can see the pegs are quite close and it's clear, but apparently there's a lot of fishing at the moment, so really looking forward to it. Got to just try and clamber my way down there, but I think you guys probably want to have a little look at the rig, so let's do that. Right, because I'm in super serious match mode there on the bank, I actually thought it'd be better to show you the rigs in person here. So I've got all my stuff here, Rob, all laid out nicely. Looks good, doesn't it?
It looks fantastic, and I tell you what, folks, you have got to pay attention to this, because you have got a chance to win all of Lee's rig making equipment. You can go over to the website www.cuttingedgecomps.co.uk. There's a competition to win all of this gear.
Some nice stuff there, isn't there, Rob?
Some beautiful stuff, mate. Show me how you make your perfect rig for the drains.
I will do. So first of all, the elastic that's in my pole today, I've got some original slip size 4. This is, for me, this is the perfect elastic for the drains, Rob, because what I'm looking for is something that's nice and soft, but we're trying to catch big quantities of fish today, or I'm hoping to catch that sort of a quantity, so I don't want an elastic that's just going to keep on stretching. So I've actually got just over a metre of single 4 in this pole, so it means I hook a fish, it comes out nicely when I'm shipping back, but then when I go to swing, it just tightens up enough to come in.
Set pingy, we'll call it.
Yeah, pingy, absolutely. So it's nice and pingy there in my pole. Absolutely perfect. You hold on to that for me. Now, when it comes to floats, right, for me, when I'm fishing on the drains and things like that, little shallow venues, you just can't beat a shanty. I love the cane tops, Rob. Cane, often people say it's not very visible, but what you've got to remember is I'm on the drains, I'm only fishing like 6 metres, so I can see it amazing.
You know what a great all-round float as well.
Oh.
So, you know, for you guys at home thinking, why do I want to win a canal setup? A set of shanty floats and the line and all this gear that we're getting right, it's usable at loads of different places. That is like almost the ultimate pellet float, isn't it?
Absolutely. I use this on all commercials all the time for caster fishing, maggot fishing, short fishing. A brilliant float. Absolutely fantastic. Carbon stems, the new ones. Shanty was very traditional, Rob. It was a purple float. Actually, the newer ones are better because the purple ones, as good as they were, obviously they were a bit weak. We know floats need to be stronger. These are built a lot stronger, lovely paint. For me, this is a better float. So I've been using these all the time. I'm just going to tie you one up here. I'm going to take the 414s because the rigs I've got set up today, guys, are from 412s to 416s. 416s for obviously a little bit more bagging if I want to get it down a little bit quicker. 414s will be the starting float that you'll see me ship out on at the start of the day.
Isn't it?
That's the all-rounder, and 412s there in case I want to chase them up the shallows or maybe even catch them, maybe even a little bit of a slower drop. So you'll get a chance to win a set of these from 412s to 416s, which is obviously absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to pop those down on the side there. I think what I'm going to do, Rob, instead of just show you the rig, I'm going to tie you one up so you can actually see exactly how I've made these rigs and exactly what I'm doing here today. I've got some 012 AccuPower. AccuPower is a brilliant rig line, absolutely fantastic rig line as far as I'm concerned, Rob. I like a line, when I was making rigs, I love power line. I think it's really robust. I don't think it's as good a rig line as AccuPower is. So I use AccuPower for all my rigs. And 012, the rigs today have got 012. A lot of people, they try to fish like 010. I need something durable. I don't want it to tangle. You like that, don't you?
Halfway through a match, you do not want to be unpicking a tangle because you've used a really light, floaty main line and you've got problems. Obviously, if you want to move any of your shot around, you don't want it damaging your line. 012, I think 014 is a little bit too robust, isn't it, for absolutely. A light float?
Yeah.
But I think 012 is a proper 012, as AccuPower is. A proper 012 is like the perfect compromise.
That's right, and anything up to like, I'd say 416 I'm on 012. Above that, I'd use 014 because, like you say, it's because of the lightness of the float. So I'm just going to thread this through here like this. I've got super cold hands today, Rob, so this is going to be fun.
Isn't it freezing?
On your rig, you're going to be the line holder. Yeah. On your rig, you're going to have some 05 silicon. So a good quality silicon is really important. So there's going to be
that in the competition pack,
sure,
isn't
right?
there?
Yeah, that's chucked in there. Pack of 05 silicon. Got some scissors, some rig scissors for making all clean cuts. So when you're making your rigs, the number of times I used to do this as a kid, I used to bite my line and then I couldn't get it in the silicon because you obviously flatten the end of the line. Use your scissors to cut the line nice and clean. There's going to be a set of scissors in there for you as well. Just going to try and trim these up and not lose them, Rob, because that's going to be the classic.
It would be really easy, wouldn't it, sitting at home in your garage or in your
wouldn't
kitchen?
it just? Yeah, I'd have loved to have done that. So the reason that I've got 05 is because I've got a thin carbon stem on these floats, and therefore I need something that's going to grip, and I tend to just cut them about, I'm going to say like 5 mil long for the two middle ones.
3 rubbers on the stem.
100%, mate. Yeah, 100%.
I think everyone's up to speed now. 3 rubbers on a pole float stem is the way to go. I don't see many people now just putting 1 or 2 on. I think everyone knows about putting 3 rubbers on.
That's right. And then the last one, I always make that 10 mil because I actually want that to go on the stem and actually overhang on the bottom of the stem a little bit. And that's really important because what you don't want when you're putting your stem on, your float on, is you don't want the little bit of bottom of the carbon stem to tangle up. So if I just flick these on here, so little things make a difference. So these rigs that I'm using today, you'll be able to see these here in detail. So let's just get this bang right there. That's my classic setup for the silicone. Probably what, a centimetre or so below the base of the stem, so it doesn't pull into the body. And you can see there, just got that silicone overhanging. For me, that's the perfect setup on that float there. When you've got using your silicone, you can see the 0.5 is perfect, nice and strong. Gonna tie.
Tell you what's interesting there, you know when you move that up,
Yeah.
it's not easy to move, is it? It's gripping, so you're not having to mess around with your float moving during a session. You know, if you're constantly striking into fish and your float's sliding up and down the line, it's gripping properly, isn't it?
You need that. You've got to make sure that they grip in place. So, done a little loop in the bottom of the rig. Rob, if you just give me a little bit of tightness on this.
Tightness.
Yeah, I like
okay,
it nice
right.
and tight, please, so I can put my shot on. So, you can see there I've got the rig. I've got the line. There's also going to be some shot for you guys to win. All right, got some Balabini shot there for you guys to win, which is going to be perfect. Now, this is the key part of the rig that I'm using today. It's about something that isn't going to tangle, and it's about getting the perfect presentation every time. So I'm going to use my 50cm taper, and a taper's massively important, Rob, because it just helps everything kick out a little bit nicer, doesn't it? I don't like bulking my shot down. I'm going to be loose feeding today. I'm pretty confident I'll be loose feeding today. So what I'm going to do is I'll like lay my rig to the side, and you'll see this on the footage, guys. Lay my rig to the side, loose feed my bait, and you can imagine all this rig's going to come in beautifully from the side, Rob. So I'm going to start with, just pull that a little bit tighter for me.
Right.
I'm going to start with a number 11. Now, when I'm using like the 416s rig, I'll be using number 10s as the base, but on these lighter floats I'll be using number 11s. There's also a set of these brilliant shot pliers for you guys to win in this bundle, so I obviously like to nip those on with the shot pliers. Now, a lot of people ask me, Rob, when I'm doing rigs, do I nip my shot in place, or do I nip them all at the bottom and move them
It's
up?
a question I asked you about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely, common thing. And for me, I'm a big fan of nipping my shot exactly where they're going to be and stay. Now, this is a little tip that somebody showed me not so long ago. It's a great tip. Effectively, I'm going to basically space these shot out now. It's going to be 6 inches, 5 inches, 4 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inches, right? All the way up. So it just gets smaller as it goes up the rig. I just get a little black marker, all right? And I've got a desk at home where I do this, but basically I've got a little tape measure here, and I'm going to put a little black mark on the line at 6 inches. I'm going to move that along a little bit further. I'm going to put a little black mark on the line at 5 inches. If you just give me a bit more line there, pal. I'm going to put a little black marker on 4 inches, and then 3 inches. Move that float up a little bit more. 2 inch there, and then an inch further up. So actually, by using this black marker, if you just hold that nice and tight for me,
where to put your shot.
I know exactly where to put my shot.
Okay.
So I don't have to stand here with a tape measure going, oh, where was that 6 inches? Where was that 5 inches? Got a little black mark on my line, haven't I? So I'm just going to nip those shot on. The first 2 are 11s.
I've got to admit, this is a little bit more technical than I'd be doing it. But
Yeah.
I use I use the same rig, but obviously this way of doing it means that it's bob on every single time, doesn't
But
it?
it's so quick to do. It takes so little time to mark those distances on with your marker. And basically, the next 2 shot are going to be size 10, because we're obviously coming up the line, so I want it slightly bigger again. And these rigs, they sound technical, but actually it's pretty much as easy as you can get. I'm just using inches to make it a little bit smaller every time. So the next, I'm pretty sure now, Rob, it'll be almost all 10s on this 414s that I've got set up today, because you don't need loads of shot obviously on your rig, do you? When you've got a 414s on, it's only 0.4 of a gram. So
Yeah, and I'm guessing obviously the last shot is if you need one extra shot, you just put it either next to the top shot or just slightly above it.
correct. So what there is at the top of this rig, there's a little bulk here at the top of this rig, and all these rigs on my rig roost today, guys, that you can see are all like this. The only difference I will have is that I will have a more positive rig, Rob, that starts with a 5 inch then 4 inch and 3 inch and 2 inch. So it's actually
everything's
just
a bit tighter
it's just
further
a
down,
bit
yeah.
tighter further down. So look, that's the typical shotting. If I put my hand here, look, you can see 1 inch, 2 inch, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. All right, lovely taper out there. Now I know that when I was fishing down here on the drains, it actually needed about 3 more number 10s, I believe, as a kind of bulk at the top of the rig. So like Rob said, I'll just nip those on for you just to finish it off for you guys. Like Rob said, all I literally do, I would say there's what, 5mm gap between those little shot there, Rob?
Yeah, are you trying to create a little tiny gap, are you?
Yeah, 100%. I don't want it. I find when you've got a nice little gap, the shots sit nice and straight. You know what I mean? They sit nice and neatly and straight. And I will tie these rigs up at home before I go. And obviously, you guys have allowed me to talk it through today on the bank here. Let's just do that last one. So look, little bulk at the top. So effectively, this rig,
We're going to put him on the top kit. Let's put him on the top kit.
yeah. So as the shot goes on, look, those shot in the middle fall first, and this kicks out to the side, comes in lovely round the back. Now, the rigs that I've used today, Rob, wouldn't be complete without a hook, would they? So there's 2 types of hook I'm using today, guys. It's a 20 N10 and an 18 N10. The 20s are tied on 08, the 18s are tied on 09, and coincidentally, Rob, they're pre-tied as well. So I found on the drains when there's a lot of fish, 08 is fantastic for swinging fish, and I want to get fishing quickly. So I always tie my own hook lengths, unless I've got some pre-tied ones. Because, for example, I've also got some 20s to 07.
These are a beautiful pre-tied hook,
Yeah,
aren't
no,
they?
they're absolutely brilliant. So if I just take that off there, I can clip that onto the rig at the bottom. This is a 6-inch hook length, because obviously that last dropper is 6 inches. So I'll just put that through there. Brilliantly tied hooks, AccuPower line. So I'm be fishing a single pinky a lot today, guys. This 20 is going to be absolutely perfect, isn't it, Rob? Little 20 hook there.
Hook, yeah.
Now, if I take this top kit, when I did these rigs at home, all I do is I hook the hook onto the end, and then if you give me some line to unravel off, I know that I'm not going to be fishing more than a top kit on this rig, guys. So up to the top of the top kit like that, and literally just cut it off and tie a loop in the top of the rig. Now, this is a little trick that I've been doing recently, Rob, when I know where I'm going somewhere, right? So I'm going on the drains. Just hold that for me, pal. I'm going on the drains. I want to get these rigs off, unravel them on my top kits as quick as I possibly can. It's really awkward banks where I am today. It's really nasty. So literally, the winders that you're going to get in the pack as well, I actually put the winder reversed. So I start with the top loop and then wind down the rig. If you just let the top kit come with you, that's great. Don't move your float up, guys. Don't move your float up. Keep your float at the bottom. Move it up when you get on the bank. And obviously all I'm looking to do, a little bit more top kit if you don't mind, mate. Just slide that up there to the top. Put that on the winder. And then ravel that last bit on there. And then you can actually put either your loop from your hook length, or if you even know which hook you're going to start with, you can put your hook in the little slidey bar there at the top. So this rig is now ready to go. And what I'll do is when I get on the bank, Rob, and what I did this morning when I drew my peg, is I got my top kit in my hand like that.
Hook on the bottom.
Took the hook off, unraveled the rig on, boof, done, on the rig roost. Really quick and efficient. I've set up 4 12s today, 4 14s, 4 16s, and I've also set up a gram rig in case it runs. They're my rigs for today.
Superb.
You can win all this stuff.
What a lovely little prize bundle as well. So let's just talk through it again. You've got the elastic, you've got the line, you've got the scissors, the pliers, the hooks, you've got the shot, you've got the floats, you've got the silicone, you've got it all there. It's probably going to be totaling probably around 100 quid worth of stuff.
Yeah, there's almost £100 worth of stuff there, Rob, yeah.
You've got a chance to win this prize bundle. If you go to cuttingedgecomps.co.uk, you could be winning this beautiful rig bundle.
My Peg Folks 37. Looks very nice. Got a boat opposite me called Debley. Can't get away from him. Travel all way here. And he's got his name on the boat opposite me. Lee's up there, out of town. This bit, as you can see, real quirky little place. I'm in a bit of a bird cage. Trees everywhere, but there's an odd fish toppy. I think we'll get a few bites. Tom Barlow next to me, teammate. We've all drawn near each other, the Barnsley boys. We'll give it a go, let you know how we got. Look at this for a bit of lens flare with that sun. Cinematographic, videographic, look at that. Beautiful, isn't it, eh? Like watching an Hollywood movie.
Right, match is starting, and I'm going to feed 3 lines. First of all, just one ball on like a top kit and one, because you don't really know what's going to happen. Could be a good day, in which case you can always feed a little bit more, but it might just be a nice place to get a start. So just the one ball in there, and this is the main line, or what I thought was going to be the main line, and it's getting 5 or 6 balls of ground bait. Some squeeze quite tight, some not. Sort of down the middle, really. That's the primary line at March, and I'm thinking about where to put them. I'm thinking, do I put them straight in front of myself? But you can see the wind was really getting up now, and it was left to right. So I'm feeding it very slightly to my right, and it's flowing that way as well at the moment. It might stop and change and go the other way, but at this moment in time, it's flowing that way. So just making 5, 6 balls with some squats and pinkies in. Not loads, but just a bit that sort of form a bit of a bed, really, where I feel like I can fish over if I need to. It's up to me how many I feed. I don't, 5 is maximum, really. A lot of people just like to feed like 3, which is probably also great. It's just you don't really know where you're going to end up fishing. So this is down the middle. And then once I've set this line, you can see there's a boat, but it's actually quite a way to my left, which means as it's flowing left to right at the moment quite strongly, and the wind's blowing that way, it was always going to be a little bit tricky to fish. So it was didn't really want to go there if I had to. It was 11.5 meters. So unless I was sort of searching for a few better fish, and maybe the river was stood or even backing up slightly right to left, I didn't have a big intention of going on that line. Also, when I'm feeding that line, I'm thinking about better stamped fish. So this is probably my last ball of ground bait down the middle before we look at feeding across there. And across there, for me, didn't get any ground bait at the start. Just a couple of like half pots of hemp, because I don't fill my pot right up because you can spill it all over the place. But I think at this point I was thinking, do I even bother feeding it before we get started? But I think you need to feed those lines. If you're going to put some hemp in, it's not all going to get eaten. Like, you imagine there's 2 sort of half pots of hemp, so it's nearly 250 ml of hemp, I suppose, by the time you finish. You can see I'm just sort of measuring it out there. But hemp's brilliant because it's great for just holding fish. You can imagine they're not going to eat all those grains off the bottom. Particularly hemp's a great loose feeding bait, but it's almost like a really coarse ground bait. And you can see that I've sort of put it right against the boat. This is a line that I don't intend on fishing, but later in the day certainly could come into play. Or if you're looking for some bigger fish as well, you can see to my right, Dave's got that big dark barge at the top of the turning bay, and that had proved to be really good for him. There was some fish there, and that makes a difference on these matches, having those sort of features to fish to. But it's time to get into it. Right, match has just finished. I am absolutely exhausted. It's probably not an understatement to say that might be the most fish I've caught in a match. It's got to be probably 400 fish. As you saw, that short line, there was a lot of fish there. And I was trying so hard to figure out how to catch slightly better ones, because if I have had 400 fish, like 150 of them have been perch, like little perch. And I felt like I didn't want to go chasing better fish when there was a chance of catching a lot of fish here. You know, maybe I'd miss out a little bit, but I kept trying to get those bigger ones. Went across to that boat last hour. Unfortunately, sorry about this, but the GoPro died, so you missed that last hour. But I caught a better stamp of fish on the lighter rig, caught a couple of decent rudd, a decent perch. Dave Brooks down from me, he went across about 2 hours to go and he had an amazing run. He had 4 rudd for £5. You know, and he's had a lot of small fish as well. That 4 rudd for £5 probably pushed him ahead of me, I would guess. But he had an amazing go over there, and I had to really follow because that flow died towards the end, and I just think that the fish were they wanted more cover, and I couldn't keep catching them short because of the lack of flow towards the end of the day. But really enjoyed myself, kept changing like we talked about, and yeah, caught a lot of fish. So really interested to see what the scales are going to give me. It's going to be really close. Josh has got loads of fish, Dave's got loads of fish, he has had those better fish, so can't wait to see what we weighed in. I'll tell you what, there is some fish in here. That is insane.
You've got 24 hours, we can't do it until the scales are sticking that down.
Any on him, Lee? Any on him?
No, Polly, do us a favour.
Yeah.
Take this down through, isn't it?
Hey? 15, 14.
A lot of fish, but small ones.
I'm you good.
What have you had?
22. £10 too.
An eyeball on those big rudd. Look at them. Look at the state of them.
What?
God, they are massive. Look at them. Wow, well done, Dave. Across that boat, it's probably 6-7 pound of those big ones there. Yeah, is that right?
15. 6.
Yeah. Yeah, like me, a lot of fish. It's those big size of fish, but a lot of small ones in there this time. A lot of small ones in there, probably like £12. Just going to do there, I would have thought. Yeah, big weight for Dave, look. There you go. 13, 12.
13.
Yeah, well done, Dave. Brilliant. Here we go. Other side, is there been some fish caught there or what? Give me an orange hand slide, brother. Oh yeah, slide.
Big day in the air.
How's it gone? How's it gone?
I've had a fantastic day's fishing.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
had £37.6.
Wow.
Which was great, but James Dracolich next to me was a £38.1.
No, you're right.
And he's a really horrible person as
Yeah,
well.
no, but
Nasty man.
yeah. It is.
Dangerous
It's had
guy.
£38, it is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he has the tench.
Is that a tench?
He's had a tench, yeah.
That's just rude.
I mean, for the purpose of the video, it was at least £8.
Oh yeah,
At
definitely.
least £8.
Yeah.
And you're talking sort of this size.
Yeah. They're
Good
£8.
£8.
Good
yeah.
solid £8.
Yeah, full of spawn.
Yeah, Dave Brooks had some of them £4 rod next to me. That's why he beat me.
How have you gone on?
I've had £26. A lovely day's fishing.
What's Dave had?
Dave's had 29. Yeah, he's had some massive rod. Good on him. Fair play.
How many fish are in this river?
Well, I reckon me, Josh, and Dave had 1,000 fish between the three of us.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
This is my wayboard. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready
this
for
is my
it.
Wayboard. Just for people who've not been to March.
I mean, I've never known March with as many fish. Last year it was great, but the stamp was big. The amount of fish.
This is ridiculous.
Yes.
28, 31, 26, 25, 27, 38, 37, 28, 20, 23, 14 last.
That's just absolutely insane. Well, let's get your gear in the van and let's tell everybody how you've done it, because I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
I'm looking forward. We're going to have a pint and a KFC.
Oh yeah, we're having a pint of KFC, definitely, yeah.
Right, what have we got? Made all your sections up to £50, so bits come off the main ball. There's only about 7 sort of no-shows or takes on this, alright? So you all got £50 in that. And today's winner will take home 300 odd quid is James Dracolich, who's gone home and said I've got to give it to Alex to take for you.
Where was he, Matt? James?
Really good peg.
Was he? Like a mega peg?
Yeah, really good peg.
Right, anyway, James won it with 38.01.
Oh, you chicken.
Second with £37, 6 ounces, Matt Godfrey.
Well done, Matthew. Well done, hero.
With 36.14, Steve Howard.
That's right. Only 150 quid difference.
Fourth with 36 to 40, Tom Barlow, 28.4.
Oh, well done, double default. Brilliant. Watch that step, Tom. Two defaults and a trip.
G. Brooks, 81. Come on, 29 pounds.
Watch that step, Dave.
It's alright, he's only somebody coming from bad early, he won't tell you that long.
Totally not stole my joke there.
86 to 90, Lee Carey, 20.
Come on, Kes. We've got my lighting assistant on, folks. What are you saying?
Right. Well done on your second place overall. Matt was saying on the way here that he'd love to win a March Open.
We was literally having the conversation this morning, because I said to you, didn't I? I went, have you ever won a March Open? You went, no, I've been second a couple of
Yeah, I've
times.
had 2 seconds, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we were like, it'd be great to win one, because, like we were saying, it's probably the biggest match in the country today with
114 pegs.
114 pegs. I'm gonna say this is one of my things I'm putting out there today. One of the matches of all time where fish count. So let's say there's 100 people averaging 200 fish a person. Isn't that 20,000 fish caught?
We'll work it out on calculator.
But something like that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's ridiculous.
Right, so
a lot of live bait. If you wanted to make a live bait company, just come to March.
I mean, that's just like we were saying. There was 1,000 fish caught in the 3 pegs where we were.
That's ridiculous.
There was 3 of us. There was 1,000 fish caught.
You, Brooksy, and Josh. Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Like we caught all over 300 fish. So that is a mental day's fishing. Tell the guys a little bit about your day.
I've had a really interesting day. I've caught 37 pound 6, and annoyingly, fantastic to come second in the match, of course, but annoyingly, James Dracula to my right has won the match with 38-1.
Well done, James.
And it's just annoying when it's that close, you know. And I know I've bumped a couple of skimmers, and you know,
absolutely,
it's very easy to. It'd have been very easy to win if it went right. And I had a slow start, but I'm saying learn absolutely tons for that little area for the match. What's interesting about where I've been is my fish have been quality fish.
Yeah, you've had a lovely net of fish.
Brilliant.
Bigger skimmers, like rudd,
Yeah.
those sorts of things, haven't you?
Big
Lovely
roach
fish,
and all.
roach,
Loads of roach, like
you've
4,
had
6.
a fantastic day's fishing.
Phenomenal.
Fantastic day's fishing. I've had a busy day. You've
Totally
had a
different
fantastic
day though.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
net has been
No, it's a
millions
different
of
net of
fish.
fish. Yeah, absolutely. And it's really, really interesting. I mean, we were, you know, in terms of weight of silverfish, Matt, every section, there was a couple of 19-pound sections, but then it's like 25, 30,
28, 29.
33 pound to get in the top 6. It's absolutely insane. So, I mean, I tell you what, because we don't come and do it every week, we obviously really enjoy it when we come. We've had a great day. I've won my section.
You've won
that
your
was
section.
That was quite handy.
Yeah.
And
Because he didn't think he had.
thought Dave was going to do it.
But you've done it, brother.
Obviously, Dave went to 85, so thanks for that,
And
Dave.
it sounded-
To be fair, he should have done. Do you know what I mean? He deserved the
Yeah,
section. But
yeah.
what they said is, obviously, it needs to be 86 to 90 because Lee's on 86. So
Yeah.
that sounds fantastic. But yeah, look, anyway, that was really, really good fun.
Good that you've been in that bit and the fishing's been different.
Yes, we've learned a lot there, haven't
Yeah,
we, for
we've
the
got-
Winter League final.
yeah.
So
We're going to order a KFC while we're talking
yeah,
to you.
well, we're at KFC right now. So
What are you going to have?
don't know what's the KFC. Don't they do like a boneless
Boneless banquet.
banquet?
That's
Is
the
that
one,
the one?
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boneless banquet box meal.
Yeah, that's what we're having. That's what I'm having.
I like that gravy. Do you like that bit?
I do. I like corn on cob as well,
Oh,
though.
do you?
I reckon you'd have
Oh,
caught
right.
on corn in my peg today. There were that
Yeah,
many fish there.
yeah. I think you would have done.
Yeah.
I think you'd have caught on a lot of things today.
What's the plan from now then? We've got another 2 serious practice days, haven't we, before the final?
Yeah, we have. So before the final, we've got we're going to have a look at another section on an open Benwick, yeah, and then we will go to back to March for the Open in 2 weeks' time. And it can all change. Last year, a lot of the roach had gone by the time the final came, and it's only 3 weeks away. What is definitely a fact is I have never seen so many fish in that venue. I've never seen that venue so full of
You
fish.
don't even see one top hard.
No, I want 3 or 4 all day. Unbelievable, like proper crazy. But I've absolutely loved it. I hope you've enjoyed a little insight into mine and Matt's day. It is now 6:30 with a 4:30 alarm this morning, and we've got to Matt's house. It's 10 to 8. So you know, it's been a long day, and this is the sort of effort that we like to go through. But when you sat side by side with your mate, and you've had 63 pound of silverfish between you, it's worth doing, isn't it?
You said this morning 20 to 25 pound would be great. We've both caught
we've had
more than 25 pound.
What a brilliant day. You can't ask a lot more from winter fishing. Thanks to Bob Fitzjohn for running the match. He's done a great job, and we'll catch you all very soon.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, loved it. You can come back again.
Fantastic. See you later, gang.
So you're saying here?
No. As if by magic, subscribe will be here.
Subscribe here.
Latest video will be here.
Here, right.
And
Latest
it'll appear
video.
like now.
Oh,
Go.
I got it. Hey, do you know what? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel here, and apparently the latest video on the member section is here. Enjoy.